I've got my timer installed inside the eBay. All the screws are in place and it's nice and sturdy. This switch is going to go to this terminal right here, and the wires are a bit long, so I'm going to trim off about 1 inch on them and then re-strip them. Ideally, it would be easier to do if this was outside the Rocket. Let's see if I can strip them here. There's one. Don't have a wire stripper here, so I'm using. There we go. All right, so I'd like these to be soldered so that they're strong and they don't. They make a better connection. So I got my soldering iron out. Got some solder here. So to heat this up, make sure it's working first. It's not very hot. Okay, get some liquid solder going and then touch it. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Those are good now, and we're going to stick those into the switch. Need something to help me hold them to get them into the right connector. The polarity doesn't matter on this. It's just a switch. Gotta make sure I'm getting into the hole though. Okay, the battery, this battery has two wire leads on it. One of them is for the charging. This one is for the power. So that will be connected to that connector. Again, these are too long, but I don't want to cut it because I want to use this on a different rocket. Now this one is polarity sensitive. So you see the plus and the minus right there next to the battery. So the minus will be the black and the red will be the plus. So let's make sure we get those into the right slots. Didn't get it. Why am I missing here? Okay, that's in. Feel like I'm doing surgery. This is rocket surgery. Okay. That's nice and installed. So that's going to be hooked up to here. I'm not going to put the battery in quite yet. I want to hook up my igniters first. So now the front igniter, where it says A, is for the Apogee charge. So that's going to go inside of here. The Apogee charge is needed because in this rocket, if that bottom stage doesn't ignite, there's no ejection charge to push the parachute out. So if it doesn't ignite, we're going to use a backup charge. And for that, this is why we need a separate igniter for this. Now this igniter, I'm going to use an E-match. Typically, you'll always use an E-match for an ejection charge. Okay, so to set this up, I'm going to use sand because it's safe and I'm indoors. I don't want to use black powder, but normally you'll use black powder. The sand is going to simulate my black powder. And I'm going to make an ejection canister. And we like to use old gloves. We'll just take the glove and we're going to cut the fingertip off of one of them. And that's going to be our canister. So now we're not going to be pressurizing a lot of volume here, so we don't need a lot of black powder. So, but I'll show you the technique. So you're going to weigh this out, and so I'm going to pour some black powder. Ooh, that's way too much. Yeah, that's way too much. And I don't want to put that all over the floor. Okay, so I have my black powder in there, and it's way too much. So pour some back in there. Okay, so this is my ejection canister. And did I bring tape? I didn't bring tape. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to grab some tape, and I'll be right back.